Before we begin, I'd like to invite you to the League 1 and 2 Discord server where you can join a growing League 1 and 2 Discord community. If you'd like to see something else that I do, I also run a podcast called Gaps in Knowledge where a colleague of mine talk about history and geography. If you're interested in that, you can find us on Spotify. And if you would like to support the channel, you could do so through Buy Me a Coffee. The link to that and everything else is in the description. And if you consider donating, thank you very much for doing so. Any comments that you put on the donation, I will read out in the next video. Welcome to German Gills. Gills hosts Mansfield Town for the first time since 1996 this afternoon. Your German Gills show will bring you a live match reaction today from your host, Reese. The Gills lost 4-0 last time we met in 1996 away from home, which left us at the bottom of League 2. Adam Wesgate will be our live match reporter today and see if the Gills can get those important 3 points at Priestfield Stadium. Schön, dass du da bist und los geht's, Gills! Welcome to the German Gills show as Gillingham hosts Mansfield Town at Priestfield Stadium this afternoon. Gills are off the back of a 1-1 draw at Grimsby Town where they played really well actually, and hopefully they can bring it into this game as well. Kickoff in the UK is at 3 o'clock, but over here in Germany it's 4 o'clock and it's really great to have you on this German Gills show. I'm going to be your host Reese for today's game against Mansfield, and any Mansfield Town fans here as well, thank you very much for stopping by. And if you would like to follow our socials, we are on Instagram of course, which is German Gills, and of course we are on Twitter, which is Deutsche Gills. If you would like to go straight to the live match reaction, use the chat that's at the bottom of the video to navigate around. You will have noticed that the video quality is slightly different today. I broke my phone recently and that's why I'm recording on my webcam, so you've only got 1080p. I mean, even that's generous. But yeah, the quality of the video is a little bit poorer today, so until my phone is fixed, that will be what we have for the time being. Anyway, we're playing Mansfield Town today, and so let's have a look at what happened the last time we played Mansfield Town.
Gillingham travelled to take on Mansfield Town, a team who'd beaten them 2-0 at Priestfield. Saturday provided the same result, only worse. 1-0 down at half-time, manager Mike Flanagan described his side's second-half performance as the worst since he took over. The 4-0 defeat is the Kent club's heaviest of the season. They slipped to third from bottom of the league. An added worry is that any potential buyer for the club is unlikely to be impressed with Saturday's effort or the result.
Strictly speaking, that wasn't the last time we played Mansfield Town. It was the last game that I could find online. I actually couldn't find the games after that where actually we beat them 2-0 and 2-1. But that was the season before the game you just watched where Gills were really at the brink of going out of existence, and it actually was the season that Paul Scully bought the club, I believe. But yeah, that 4-0 defeat at Mansfield put us in 22nd position in League 2, which, funny enough, is where we sit right now. So we're going to go live to Priestfield Stadium because there we have our matchday reporter, Adam Wesgate. So Adam, we had a solid result against Grimsby during the week. How important is getting another one today?
So it was indeed a positive result with Grimsby, but again, we had 2 goals that were disallowed. The match before, we had 10 men. It needs to stop happening that something gets in the way, but we're taking our positivity, we're going to move forward, and we're going to say that today is going to be a 2-1. I'm actually predicting before you even asked me, so I'm ahead of you, Reese.
And how do you think the game will unfold, and what are your score predictions?
Well, I just got ahead of your question, but I think we've got more than 1 goal in us. I know we've only actually scored 2 goals this season in the league. The Cashkin one was a good one, but we're going to put the ball in the back of the net twice today. We might let one in because I'm still wary about 4 at the back. It shouldn't be that way, but obviously we've got to work at it. So let's keep the positivity going. Let's get that win and let's get our season rolling.
Let's head over to Priestfield Stadium for today's live match reaction. Los geht's, Gills! So we're about to get underway at Priestfield Stadium. I just want to say one thing. I'm suffering from a bit of a cold, a bit unwell, so if I'm sniffing or coughing or I feel a little bit slow in my speech, please excuse me as we're underway here at Priestfield Stadium. Headed forward here, Mansfield on the attack, and it's gone straight back from a Morris goal kick. And Mansfield building the pressure again. Sloan coming from this right, so they can shot from distance. Oh, it's not a bad effort. Oh my goodness me, another day that goes in the top left-hand corner. What a shot that was, in fairness. I mean, the goal kick was taken. We haven't got much height up top, really, and that's why it's easily won by Mansfield. Good header forward, big hole in defence, Gills. Again, not looking good defensively at the moment, Gillingham. But the shot here was top-notch, and you know what? That's not a bad effort. I thought it was going in to begin with, and that isn't very far away. Mansfield's first real opportunity of the game so far. Still 0-0. Mansfield throw this ball down. They got a chance as they're coming down the centre. They got a lot of space on this right hand side to create an attack as the ball is blocked by McKenzie. Mansfield still have possession, trying to find a way through. They're looking dangerous at the moment. Mansfield looking more dangerous as the minutes progress. It goes into the box and head towards goal and in the back of the net. What a finish that is. What a controlled volley to put that in the bottom left hand corner. And arguably Gills should be doing a lot better there. But Mansfield have been building up attack and putting pressure on the Gills defence. But actually the quality there to put the ball and guide it in the bottom left-hand corner as a striker viewed it was really exquisite, actually. Gills should be doing a lot better, though. Defensively, we're a little bit all over the place. The last sort of 10 minutes, first 5 were okay. Here, though, we're just not clearing our lines. It's just not confident defence. And now what's happened, look at this, look at that. Really controlled. It's free. 2 Gills players should be blocking that, really. But I have to give credit to the striker who managed to put the ball left-hand corner of a great little volley. Nonetheless, Gills should be doing a lot better than that. And as a result, Mansfield have gone 1-0 up, and based on our score record this season, we've got a mountain to climb already. Gillingham 0, Mansfield Town 1. So Gills got a free kick on this left-hand side. It's going to be floated into shot on goal, and that's, well, okay, whatever. It's not even a shot on target. That is really poor from Gills. We have a great opportunity to get the ball into the box or getting the ball onto some big players' heads, but no, we just waste it by not even putting a free kick on target. I've got to say, this is a really poor start from Gills, and I'm going to put this in the higher reel, but it's been a really poor start from Gills. There's no attacking intent, and this kind of sums up our first 15-20 minutes of this game. You know, it goes to back and net great, but that is really not the right decision in my opinion. There's a ball over the top here. Gills has got on the end of this. It could be a penalty here, and I think it is. Morris has taken out his man there, and I have to say that's a penalty. Morris just completely lost the battle there when he collided with the Mansfield player, and I'm sorry, that's a penalty. I don't care what anyone says, really, because he should be winning that. Morris. He's come out and he's absolutely clattered his man. I'd like to see the replay. I'd like to be proven wrong here, actually, because I was convinced that was a penalty straight from the off. We'll see the ball come over the top here. I would like to be proven otherwise from this, but I'm convinced there's 100% penalty. Bouncing around, he's made contact. Yes, penalty. It's off the ball. The ball's the Mansfield players managed to nip inside, and it's a penalty. So can Morris save this? I doubt it. It'd be nice if he can, though. And he has done! Now Morris saves a penalty. He makes the foul. He makes up for it with the save. And the Rainament and all of Mansfield Stadium should be rocking as a result. If we can go on and get an equaliser, I'm pretty confident we can get something from this game. Mansfield still have the ball. They've won a free kick. Excellent save by Morris by making amends there. It's the most excitement I've had in a while at Mansfield Stadium. My goodness me. Let's watch that again. Goes low to his left-hand side, Morris, and manages to make the good save. I can quite see the ball was fizzed with some power. As it goes, it's a decent save, but a decent height from the keeper. But he's still got to make it, Morris. And that is, it's the best bit of cheering I've had to do for Gills so far in this game. As Mansfield have a free kick on this right-hand side. Still 1-0 Mansfield, but the atmosphere in Gillingham has got up. Mansfield got across this right-hand side. They passed it short. Gills going to get this ball clear. Oh, and it just goes over the bar. It's really good bit of corner work from Mansfield. Looks like they delayed the put-in of the corner. In fact, they played it short, worked it into the centre of the box, and managed just to put it over the bar. But it was a really good piece of psychological play there by Mansfield to get the ball into a good position. And unfortunately for the Gills, it didn't go to the back of the net, but it was a good bit of corner work from Mansfield. Still 1-0 Mansfield.
Yeah, I want to see more from a Gills from an attacking point of view. That bit of play, but Mansfield come back into it.
Mansfield coming forward right down the centre here. This could be a goal, and I think it's going to be a goal. And there you go, it's 2-0. They've doubled their lead. Gills have been absolutely diabolical in defence this whole game, and Mansfield deserve to double their lead here, absolutely. Again, the ball gets pinged up to the midfield. Mansfield head it back down or pass it forward, and there's no Gills defence there to make anything of it. And then Mansfield make it really easy for them. And this is really poor defensive work from Gills, really poor up front. And look at this. It's just gone down the centre. There's such a gap. Amy, you're so slow there. You're to react. Morris has gone down a little bit too quick for a goalkeeper. And, yeah, Gills there are really shooting themselves in the foot because that should be easily defended. It's 2-0 Mansfield. I can't see a way back into this for Gills. And it's an absolute diabolical performance from Gillingham. And it's, again, back to business as normal, I suppose. It's awful. Mansfield 2-0 up. Mansfield coming forward down this left-hand side. There's a lot of space for him to get a shot away. This could be free if Gills aren't careful, and it's just gone past the right-hand side of the post. My goodness me, Gills are cutting open there like a hot knife through butter. Really terrible play from Gills. Look at the gaps. Look at the gaps. Mansfield could pick a couple of gaps to run through. So many holes. It's unbelievable. Mansfield should be free. Should be 4-0 up, actually. Gills do not deserve anything from this game based on this first half performance. 2-0 Mansfield. Mansfield from the right-hand side, looking to get a third just before half-time. They're the most likely team to be getting that third at the moment. I say get that third, or get the next goal, I should say, as it's headed just wide of the right-hand post. I don't really know what happened there, but it looked like, to me, it was a punch from Glenn Morris onto a Gills defender. Didn't quite see who it was. But as the ball comes in, it's a decent ball in as well. And, Mansfield player nearly put in the back of the net. Gills were lucky there, again, not to concede a third. My goodness me. Still 2-0 Mansfield. Really should be a lot more. Diagonal ball here. Can Gills got the end of this and create something? There's a shot here coming from distance and that. Oh dear. If there was anything that was going to sum up our half, that's it. And that is half time. So at half-time, it's Gillingham 0, Mansfield 2, and on the line we have a very angry Adam Wesgate, or is that a bit too much?
I'm quite easygoing, but I would say Unsinn, Wahnsinn, Quatsch. These are 3 words that you can cross the water for to Germany and find that would describe Gillingham. That's probably how I feel.
Yeah, fair enough. But what's your analysis of the game so far? Dare I ask?
Well, I'll be kind and say that it was poor. I mean, the goals themselves really poor. We should have been 4 or 5 down. Now, I'll ask you this. It didn't look like a penalty to any of us, and we got away with it. Was it a penalty? Because you have the luxury of your VAR plus setup over Germany.
100% penalty, all the way. Ref had no choice.
Wow, well, I'll tell you what, that goes to show, because everyone, including myself, watched that and went, that wasn't a penalty. Just goes to show what it is when you've got one chance to see it and you see it in the moment like that. But no, we were lucky not to obviously concede the penalty, and I actually thought on that the Morris went quite early to his left, would have been all right. So I thought it was definitely going to go in that second. But good save. Aside from that, it's been dreadful. We look slow, we look unimaginative, and we brought this up ourselves before we went on, but why do we insist now? This is my first real criticism of Harris. Why do we insist on switching to 4 at the back when every single time we look like dross, and every time we do 5 at the back? Okay, I'm not saying the goal scoring isn't a problem, it definitely is, but teams do score with 5 at the back. Why on earth can we not try and figure something out with the sound fundamentals of a decent formation that really works for us, rather than go back to, we must have 4 at the back to play expansively? I'll tell you, we are playing expansively. We're giving goals away for free.
Absolutely, and I want to like amplify that even further. Like every time that Mansfield move forward, not only do they have the luxury of creating one bit of space, they can choose where they want to run, and Gills just can't keep up. And it's actually quite embarrassing watching it from this perspective as well at the moment. But it's not looking good. I mean, the second half, do you imagine there'll be any changes?
I would imagine there would have to be. And actually, I want to bring up the man who sits next to me, who I won't name, said to me at the second goal, how long do you think Harris has got? And whilst I don't think that's imminent, I do think now, with all the goodwill from League One and all the goodwill going into this season, he'll have to sort something out soon in terms of even just playing sensibly. because the pressure will start to get to them. We're at the foot of the table, and now we haven't even got the excuse of the Grimsby, well, we scored some goals. The Swindon, we went down to 10 men. That goodwill will dissipate very quickly, and it is starting to. So, yes, I think we'll make some changes if there's any common sense, because even if we end up losing 2-0, it'll be a whole lot worse if we end up chipping 4 or 5 just from carrying on as we are. It'll be madness.
Well, hopefully by the end of the game, I don't know, it'll be positive. Who knows? But it doesn't look a likely outlook. But I'll catch you up at half-time, Adam.
All right. See you then.
So we're underway with the second half for Gills here, and I don't see a way back into this. We've changed our shape a little bit to go 4-4-2, but I don't see a way back into this game for Gills, considering how sloppy it's been for the first half. Gills looking at his ball on his left-hand side. A good pass from Williams to Manjon, who's got a lot of players around him. He's giving it to Adelakan. Gills need to find a little bit of space to get the ball into the box. And Adelakan has found some space. It's gone to the left-hand side. It comes across. Gills got the end of this. Oh, they can't quite put it on target. But Gills to McKenzie's still got the ball, puts it back in the box. Can Gills actually create something here? My goodness me. Gills are really awful up front. They're really terrible. They're just no one's pulling the trigger whatsoever. And as a result, gives away a free kick. Stuart O'Keefe. That's just really poor from Gillingham. Really poor. There's so many opportunities there to pull the trigger and no one is doing it, and that's why it's still 2-0 to Mansfield. Mansfield coming forward on this right-hand side, a bit fortuitous how they got in this position. It was off a deflection, but they have the space out on this right-hand side. They're trying to work this ball into the box to put it really out of sight. I still think it's out of sight personally. As it goes across, it's gone to the left-hand side to number 3, who takes a shot over the bar. It's the best chance I think that Mansfield have had this half so far, so why not put it in the highlight reel? Still 2-0 Mansfield. Should we watch it again? Okay, we'll watch it again, because there's not been much in second half in terms of attacking played or final product. And I think that might be one of the closest that Mansfield have come in this second half. Not that they need to. If they get a third, it's game over. Gills are going to be really poor up front. 2-0 Mansfield. So Mansfield taking a throw on this left-hand side, looking at the ball in the box. If they get a third now, it's all over. It's all over anyway, really. As they've got a lot of space out on this left-hand side to deliver the ball in the box. They have done. It's headed towards goal, but it's gone over the bar. Good work from Mansfield, and they're creating more than Gillingham, even though Gills is the one that needs to come with the attacking intent. But you can see in Mansfield play, they're creating opportunities, they're getting into spaces, they're putting the ball in the right places. Just simple stuff like this. And Gills aren't doing this. And even though the header was quite a way off target, it's a decent piece of football. And sometimes they go in. And Gills are not creating that at the moment. Still 2-0 Mansfield. Gills got a free kick on the left-hand side, taking by McDonald. Going to go straight into the box. Can we get a consolation here? Emus or Baggott's headed that over the bar. Let me just check. Have I got a Gills highlight of a shot on target? No, not really this second half. Well, just shot at all. I'll put it in. I think that's the closest we've come to a goal this second half. And there it is. That's the closest we've come, really. There was a shot from Reeves earlier on in this half, but that was really weak. And here's the other one. Still 2-0 Mansfield. And that is full time. And let's go over to Adam Wesgate for his thoughts on this game.
Well, I said at Harrogate that was bad. That might have been worse. I can't fault the effort. We were just poor. It just wasn't good enough. I don't even know really what to say. There was no creativity. Okay, we've had games we've not had shots on target, and there were 2. But that's as bad as I've seen. And also, I just want to say that with Neil Harris, I watched him at the end, and he cut a very dejected figure. And we were actually asking how long we thought he would last if things kept going on this way, and I was thinking October, if it carried on. But watching his demeanour, I wouldn't be shocked if he walks tonight, or he just literally stood there, arms folded, looked out, no emotion, he cut a dejected figure or an emotionless figure, however you want to look at it. I wouldn't be shocked if Neil Harris ends up going tonight. So that's maybe my prediction. Not a score one, not one I wanted to make, but that's where we're at. It can only get better, or maybe not, if we're looking at the trapdoor like we are now. I still think Hartlepool are there, but there we go. That's about all I can say on it.
So it ended Gillingham 0, Mansfield Town 2, and Mansfield were one of the most decent teams we've had come to Priestfield so far, but that's still no excuse for the poor performance that Gillingham put out today. It was so undesirable. There was a lack of everything, lack of decision making, lack of quality in defence, lack of quality up front. We weren't created absolutely anything, and it seems to be the story of not just this season but last season as well. We really have a proper drought, not just up front but throughout the whole team. The team look lost. The team don't look. I'm even starting to question some of the players' passion a little bit here, and I'm starting to question some of the formation decisions as well. And I think we should go back to basics, because at the moment, whatever we're doing with three at the back is not working, and I think there needs to be a change, because we are not creating anything up front. We're now a little bit leaky in defence, and so it needs to change. But Mansfield came down, did a job, had a game plan and executed it really, really well. So congratulations to them and on their 2-0 win, and arguably should have been a lot more. They'll be disappointed they put 3 or 4 in the back, and then actually, and the only highlight for Gillingham was that Glenn Morris saved the penalty. That's literally it, and that's really poor. Anyway, if you made this far the video, thank you very much. A couple of things: if you'd like to join a League 1 and 2 Discord server, you can do by clicking the link in the description. If you'd like to see something else to do, I run a podcast called Gaps in Knowledge. A link to that's in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so through Buy Me a Coffee. The link that's in the description, and any donations are much appreciated. Thank you very much, and as ever, Wesgate's Gills.